Gun Force 2 is a run-and gun by developer Irem and is considered a ridiculous display of spectacle and action, a great example of creators abusing their budget. The objective is typical of a shooter. Your character is a blue guy with a gun on each hand. There are countless enemies coming from everywhere and bosses are huge. Different weapons and vehicles are present, and hostages can be rescued to increase your score. You do have an ammo count, and your vehicle can take a few hits before combusting. One of my favorite things in Gun Force is the use of set pieces. Take for example the bike riding in Mission 3, where grunts are hiding in minecarts and try to ambush the player. Style is a prominent thing in this game. Difficulty wise, it's a challenge, but every boss has a pattern that can be learned, and it's certainly possible to complete it with 1 credit. In Gun Force 2, the ambition, more specifically the graphical ambition, is extremely high. The animation is incredibly detailed and tends to use a distinct shading of colors. However, the price for this animation takes a toll in the frame rate department. Performance will definitely chug during high octane moments. Probably a good thing too, since enemies can be difficult to discern in the cluster of explosions. The Irem title, In the Hunt, would be the first to predate this visual style, a recurring theme with this developer. You may have noticed that graphically, Gun Force resembles Metal Slug, and that would be correct, as a few designers from Irem formed the Nazca Corporation, who went on to create the first game in the series. The two games are almost identical on the surface, but the tone is very different. When you are looking at something this awesome, you can only assume that sonically it matches it. And you'd be right, as Takushi Hayamuto provides a rockin' score, although the majority of compositions are from an Irem shmup called Air Duel. One song in particular was reused in Metal Slug 3, known as Marine Diver. Songs aren't the only thing that made its transition. Many of the same sound effects can be heard between both games. Audibly, it's great, really abusing the PCM channels. Lots of sampled guitar and orchestra hits. You get a sense of satisfaction hearing explosions and death cries. The boss theme is one of my favorites ever. When you hear it, you know it's about to get real. Incredibly menacing music. Gun Force 2 is a sequel to Gun Force Battle Fire Engulfed Terror Island, which was released for the arcade and ported to the Super Nintendo. It's basically a Contra clone, and a lot of its ideas were implemented into the sequel. Not exactly a recommendation from me, although if you are the curious type, then by all means, check it out.
This is Knuckles, and I'm back. I've been away for a while, but I'm back to kick some butt and wild candy. I shall find all the lost pieces of the Master Emerald here. I'm gonna get those fools. They wanna play with my emeralds? They playing with the wrong guy. Echidona, that's what I'm representing. Never seen a Mike Hogg spit like a menace. Wild candy and fun, I gotta chase a bat, huh? Yeah, Rouge, she's sexy and smooth. A double cross spot thief, that's out for my juice, I'm feeling her in mysterious ways. That's why I stay on point like every single day. I gotta protect this place, I do it for my